You've been bested, villains.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another video.
Where the heck have you been?
What do you mean? I've been right here.
No, you just disappeared.
Oh, you mean where have I been? On YouTube. Well, I started this brand new YouTube account. If you would like to follow it, please help me out. I think we're almost at 500 followers on it right now. I would very much appreciate it. It gets way much more watch time on it. Okay, now that that's out of the way, today we're gonna be doing what's it like working at Wendy's. God, I hated this job more than I worked at Walmart. Okay, so I got this job when I was like, I think I was maybe like 16 or 17 years old. I'm not sure if I was still in high school or not. I can't really remember. If it was at least towards the end of my senior year. But oh my God. If I had a choice between Walmart and Wendy's, I would say go submit your application to Walmart right now. Drive right past that Wendy's. Don't even look at it. Don't even glance out the mirror. Don't even stop by and get some gosh dang nuggets. So the application process was easy. They had like a help wanted sign. I went in, filled in the application. I was there like a week later. They didn't do any drug tests or anything like that. They were like, come in, you're fry boy now. I said, hey, I'm fry boy now. The management there was terrible. Now for the first problem. Okay, the management was like chill and relax and did whatever they want with each other, but they hated the normal employee like worker people. Like if you weren't a manager, they hated you there. If I was like on my second day there, they would just like cuss me out and be like, you stupid piece of this and that. Like, who do you think you are coming in here? You can't even do the fries right, you stupid. Like, it's like my first day, what are you doing? Like you were supposed to sit in the back and do testing to like know when all the timers are for everything. Even though like you press a button, when it beeps, you bring it up. You shouldn't even have to know the goddamn timer. But instead they just like threw me in there. They were like, we need people on the line right now, fry boy, go. I was like, oh, okay. Like every person that came in there, I witnessed them breaking down and crying on their first day from being cussed out from the management. Now I don't want to like name any names, but there was a short, I think she might have been like 4'9" or 4'8", black lesbian lady. She is the sickest mother lady I've ever met. Like stole from people, stole from the company, smoked weed in there, did nasty stuff. Like paid people to go get her cigarettes on while she was working, and even when they were working in their employees. Like one time she put my drawer over. I'm pretty sure she did this on purpose, like $13, and then was like, that's coming out of your paycheck. I'm pretty sure she pocketed that money. I'm pretty sure she's probably scamming all sorts of new people. I was still young and impressionable, and I was just like, okay, just do whatever. But she was horrendous. I had this other manager though, and I think she was like the top manager that was working in there. Her name was Shannon. Most wonderfully amazing manager ever. She was one of those, if you work hard, you will be rewarded for it. Like when the rush time came, you better work. But when there's no working, like when there's no rush time, you know, just like tidy up a little bit, you can talk and hang out, and just like do whatever and chill. But when she wasn't there, it was like a goddamn slave trade. They'd be like, what's wrong with you, mother effer? And they'd be like, I'm like, this is not the goddamn military. You need to calm down. The reason I think people would cry so much, they would try and force you. They'd be like, what are you gonna do, cry? You gonna cry about it, you cry baby? What's wrong? And you're just like, and like then, like, still I've always had the attitude where I'm just like, whatever. When people are mean or people are anything, I always have like a whatever attitude about things. So I'll just be like, the worst thing is they would give you direct orders to do something and then write you up for doing the thing wrong, like doing it against policy, even though they told you to do it. And like, you can't do anything about it. But none of this compares to... It really depends on who's working. If Shannon was there, like that place was tidy and spotless. If the mean managers were there, which was everyone else, that place was a poop hole. And even at nighttime too, like sometimes people would just be like, screw it, I'm coming here to chill. They would just hang out all night. They wouldn't like pull the machines out and scrub them and empty like the grease and stuff like that. It'd be the same grease from the last day. And they'd be dunking fries and eating, hanging out, chilling. Two things I hated most was like when the beef patties would be no longer usable, they would put them in this little warming slot and then you'd chop them up and you put them in a freezer. I had to be frozen for like 2 days or something like that, or 3 days, and then you could put it in the chili. So all the chili meat is just old meat pretty much. So if you like the chili, this is old meat. I'm sorry to tell you that. One horrible thing was oh my goodness, they would like schedule everyone for like 17 hours a week and then constantly call you all day, every day, asking if you could come in working extra hours. Because they weren't allowed to give you like more than like 25 hours or 23 hours, something like that for some reason. But then they would constantly need people because no one was allowed to have hours, and they would call and call and call and being like, oh, if you don't come in, that's like a check mark. You're like, what the freak is a check mark? This place was horrendous. I only worked there for like a year or two, maybe. I don't even know. Maybe like 9 months. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. One thing I do know is that employees are supposed to get like 50% off once you're working for lunchtime. But what the managers would do is like give themselves 100% off, and then like the regular employees would not be able to get their meals 50% off or 30% off or whatever it was supposed to be. So lunchtime, it's like bring your own meal or screw it. Also, they don't give you breaks either. Like, I would be like, can I go on my 15-minute? Like, I've been here for like 7 hours. And they're like, no, you don't need no break. You're like, I don't need a break. So what I would do is be like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I would like go to the bathroom and just be like texting and playing games. And they'd be like, where's Jearrod? And like, you're not allowed to bring your headset into the bathroom. And I was the only guy that worked there every time on day shift, except for this one other guy. So they would just have to like wait until I was out of the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta do business. What are you in my business for? The last thing I would like to say that is wrong with it, from my point of view, this is something my twin sister calls the beeps. When I first started working there and you're like kind of like have anxiety sort of about like getting the stuff up on time and make sure everything's good, it's like stuff is beeping, especially when you're on fries and nuggets and everything. It's like sometimes they want you to turn around and do the patties, and then you gotta like do everything, and it's all beeping, and you have to like rush and rush and rush and rush on the bad days, and they're like lunchtime or dinner time and stuff like that. So like when you're trying to sleep, you like hear beeping, or you have a dream and it's like beeping, you have to get the freaking fries, and be like, oh no, the fries, and you're like, oh, it's just a nightmare. Another thing a lot of people say is like once you start to work at a food place, like you never want to eat that food again. That was the opposite for me. For some reason, I just loved their nuggets, and I love their chicken sandwiches, their spicy chicken sandwiches, and their french fries. I don't get that stuff anymore, but sometimes I do get their french fries. Like they like put them in a different vat than the actual nuggets and stuff like that. But I never got sick of the food. Like I still crave it sometimes. I'm just like, a good old Wendy's. The personal relationships within like the workers, like that mean manager got people that like her sleeping with partners would get a job there, and they would love each other and they would hate everyone else, and like they would get raises and everyone else would still be getting like $7.25, and they would not give anyone else raises for some reason. Honestly, if that place didn't have the Shannon manager there, I'm pretty sure people would have just quit after quit after quit. After she left, I'm pretty sure she went to get a head manager job somewhere else, like making good money too. Like people just kept, the turnover rate is crazy. Like people just kept coming and going and coming and going, and I'm sure it's probably still like that. And I take that back. People like filed like some lawsuit against her that I was working, like right when I got done working there, people like filed against like Wendy's paperwork, and then like filed a lawsuit against her, like stealing money and like bullying people and stuff like that. So yeah, on the mean manager. So thank you for that. Good job, guys. How would I rate my experience working at Wendy's? Probably 4 out of 10. Only because sometimes you get to have nuggets and fries and stuff like that. But 99% of the time, people are just yelling and cursing at you. I don't know if this was like that store and that place experience, and if it doesn't happen in other places, but I'm guessing like the way that management works in Wendy's culture is just probably toxic, because one of my other managers was talking about how the other Wendy's was also terrible. I'd have to say one of the nicest managers though, aside from Shannon, was this guy named Russell. He was really cool. Actually, whenever I started working at Walmart, he started working doing taxes inside the money center place I was working at too. So he was like working in front of me. It was kind of cool to see him there. He's high speed, but he's really nice. And that is my experience working at Wendy's. I'm sorry this video was really quick. I'm sorry I have been gone for so long. I'm gonna try and start posting more regularly. Within the time that I stopped posting on this channel, I've made like almost 200 videos on this Reddit readings channel right here. If you want to again subscribe to that channel, that would help me out immensely. As soon as that hits 1,000 subscribers, they're gonna start giving me a paycheck. So subscribe if you would like to help a brother out. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you guys next time. If you guys want to keep watching these videos, just remember to like and comment. If you ever had any experience working at Wendy's, tell me down below. All right, love you guys. Goodbye.